Hi, it's Marta from ForfeitSisters.com, and today I wanted to do a quick little vlog, which is a video blog for those that don't know. I just literally recently learned what that was. So I want to do a little vlog today about a topic that I get asked daily. As many of you know, I work as a fitness consultant, but I also have had many other jobs. Like I still have a home daycare. It is nap time now, so if you hear any children, that's normal. But you know, I've worked as a fitness consultant for a year now, and the question that I get asked daily is, Marta, how can I get my kids to eat healthy, especially at places, you know, that I'm not around, or family get-togethers, barbecues, celebrations, birthday parties? How do you get your children to eat healthy and make good choices? So I am going to try to articulate an answer to this question. It's very difficult for me to articulate because one part of my brain is very, it's just one of those things. Just do it. You just do it as a parent. You teach your children, this is what you eat. This is healthy. This is not healthy. End of story. But it doesn't really work that way. And I know it's not that easy. So I'm going to try to give you a couple tips and what's helped me get from a place of eating processed foods, frozen pizza, chicken nuggets, macaroni and cheese when my oldest was very little, to a place where we are now, which is very limited processed food, whole real foods, gluten-free, wheat-free, and now dairy-free. I've learned a lot the past year about what food does to our bodies, especially my children. They have been through a lot. My oldest was diagnosed with an immune deficiency in kindergarten because she kept getting strep, kept getting ear infections, sinus infections. I had this sick girl, and I would cry every night just wondering, you know, praying for answers. I didn't know why, you know, what was happening to my daughter and why she had an immune deficiency. What I know now is that after being gluten-free for a year, is that her levels are going up. Her antibodies that she was low on, causing her to get sick, they're going up. So her body was attacking itself. And so many of your children are going through this too. When I read stories from my clients and people that I deal with in social media daily, you know, my children has eczema, my children has ADHD, my children has stomach issues, any behavioral issues, ADD. Those, to me, in my experience, and I'm not a doctor, all stem from what they are eating. And I'm not saying that food can cure everything, but what I've witnessed with my own two eyes in my own home, and with my nephew also, food can affect so many things in children. Eczema is a big thing that my middle daughter had. That was really the only symptom that she had, and she has celiac disease. She was diagnosed last year. No other symptoms. So how many of your children are walking around with issues, symptoms, immune deficiencies, autoimmune disease, which that is what I'm so passionate about, because I've learned a lot about really how food can trigger your body to attack itself. And so given the knowledge that I have and stuff that I've learned over the past year, it makes my job a lot easier with my children. So I'm here to talk to you guys today about what I do and what I've done, like I said, to get from unhealthy, eating processed food, eating what the rest of America eats, to now standing out, being unique, fighting for my children's health, fighting for my health, and not letting society dictate what I eat and what I buy for my family. So let me see if I can articulate this for you guys. The reason why my children eat the way that they do is because of one thing. I've taught them. And I know that sounds pretty bland and pretty basic, but I relate it to this. What do barbecues, celebrations, parties, birthday parties, ballparks all have in common? To me, it's the junk food, and guess what also is at all those places? Alcohol. How come your children aren't going over to the cooler and grabbing a beer? Yes, it's illegal, but did you talk to them about this, or is this just something that they learned? My children have never gone over to a cooler and grabbed a beer at barbecues, at ballparks, at family get-togethers. They've learned that alcohol is something that is illegal, and it's something for over 21, people over the age of 21. Now, I really didn't have a sit-down conversation with them about this. So that is a perfect example of something that's learned. We have rules in our family, and I'm a very strict, structured mom. I find that kids really thrive in an environment where they know what's expected of them. I let them be kids. I let them have fun, but I also let them know, and they are aware of the rules. We do not stand on our dinner table and throw knives at each other. Nope. Not because I'm not fun, not because I don't love you, but because that could harm someone. We don't run around in the house. We don't run in the house. Not because I don't love you, not because I'm not fun. And I can totally relate this with my daycare too. I have rules so everyone's safe, and this is a fun, safe environment, not because I'm mean, and not because I don't want you to have fun, and not because I don't love you. Rules are in place because I do love you. You don't get to eat this food because I love you. So I really want you guys to think about that, and I relate it to alcohol because you wouldn't let your kids go grab a beer at a party. Why? Because it could harm them. Same thing with certain foods. You allowing your children to eat what all the other Americans are eating, that's you failing your child in a way because you are their parent. You are their guide and leader. So if you tell them it's okay to eat fruit snacks and cereal and bread and dairy, all the things that most children should not be eating, in my opinion, if you allow them to eat those things and teach them that it's okay, then that falls on you and your responsibility as a parent. It's not easy to be a parent. It's super hard. And I'm going to seem very harsh in this video, but I am so passionate about helping parents help their children because I could cry just thinking about what my children have gone through. And it was because I didn't know better. When you know better, you do better. That's one of my favorite quotes from Oprah Winfrey. And another quote that I use a lot in my challenge groups with my clients, it's something that I literally thought up, and it might be a quote somewhere, but I thought it up while working out like at 6 a.m. And I thought to myself, in order to be different than the average American that's overweight, unhealthy, sick, you need to act differently than them. So if you want to be overweight, sick, and unhealthy, and you want your children to be that way, keep doing what you're doing, keep eating what you're eating, go along with society, great. No judgment. I will never have judgment. That is your life. This is your life. If you want to be different than the average American, and you want to be healthy and happy and energetic and excited about life and thriving in life, then you have to act differently. And that starts with your nutrition. So what I suggest is, number one, ridding your house of the stuff you don't want your children to eat. You are in charge of what comes in your home. Your children don't grocery shop. Your children don't have money to buy food and bring it in the home. Everything your kids are eating is because of you, because of what you're bringing in your home, the example that you're setting for them. If you're drinking soda for breakfast, you're setting that example for your children that that's okay. If you think that that's okay, great. I don't think it's okay. Just like I don't think cocaine or heroin or smoking cigarettes is okay. And once again, I am not judging anyone that does smoke or do heroin or cocaine. I'm not judging that at all. I'm just saying, for me, it's not okay for my health. And so that's what I'm teaching my children. And that is what I'm trying to teach everyone that I work with in my challenge groups, and I'm talking to you about today, is that you can do it. You can teach your family and your children how to best treat their body. And I think that that's the most empowering thing that you can do as a parent, is to give your children the tools to go out in the world and society and make the right choices for their health. Just because everybody's doing it and everybody's eating it doesn't make it right. And I'm so passionate about this because I watched the new trailer I just posted in my Facebook group, if you guys watched that today, about the new documentary coming out called Fed Up. And the statistics show that in 2050, 1 in 3 Americans will have diabetes. And it's because of what we're eating, and we're eating sugar-filled foods. Everything, if you guys read the ingredients in most of your foods and everyday foods that you guys are eating and buying, most things have added sugar. And that's for a reason. It's very addictive. The food manufacturers and companies know this, and they're in the business of making money, not making you healthy. So it's your job to do the research. Let me help you if you have any questions. I'm here to help. But supplying the information to your children, it does seem drastic in the world we live in, and people probably do think I'm a little bit over top. But you know what? When it comes down to it, I'm doing the best I can, and that's all that every parent can do. So really start clean and wipe your pantry out of anything with added chemicals, sugar, junk, stuff you can't read and identify as food. If it's not actually a food product, I say get rid of it. Replace the stuff that's, processed and stuff with real things. So I make my own granola bars, almond balls, I call them cookie dough bites. I make eggs and bacon, and we eat salads and avocado and chicken and steak and potatoes and green beans, and we eat real foods. And I've taught my girls to appreciate and learn what real foods are and what they should put in their body. I've taught them that over this past year. Because like I said, we have been on that other spectrum. We have been on the fruit snacks, cereal, cookies spectrum. I've been there. And I know that it's possible to get to the other side. So that is kind of how my stance on it. I'm in charge. I'm the parent. And what comes in this house is up to me. So if your children are eating donuts for breakfast and soda for breakfast, the only person to blame is you as the parent. And if that's okay, then continue doing that. But if you want things to change, then you have to change. You have to arm yourself with the knowledge to protect your children's health, and realize that it's not about calories. It's not about just calories in, calories out, or whatever. It really is about what the sugar, what the wheat, what the dairy is doing to your children's body. Our bodies can't process those things, so it causes inflammation, and the inflammation is what causes symptoms. And unhealthy, a body that's unhealthy. So take it seriously, and know that you're in charge. You're in charge of your children. They're not in charge of you. You decide what they eat for lunch, not them. And it isn't easy in the world that we live in to be different and stand out and be unique and be healthy, but it is worth it. And I use this another similar, I can't think of the word, another similar thing, which is antifreeze. It's so weird that I even talk about that with my challengers, but antifreeze is really, really sweet and delicious. I've never really tried it, but that's what I've heard, that it is sweet, and that animals, might get into it if it's in your garage. So let me ask you this, and I'll end on this. Why don't you feed antifreeze to your children? Because it's really, really yummy, and they're going to like it, and you're going to make them happy. But why don't you feed that to them? I know why. Because it can hurt them and harm them. And I am trying to explain today that food does the exact same thing. I know it's difficult to grasp and understand because I grew up in that whole world of everything in moderation is okay. Oh, sugar and candy is fine. Statistics are showing that it's not. And it's up to us as parents to help change the world and change society and making the correct choices for your family. If you wouldn't feed them antifreeze or allow them to smoke cigarettes or, do drugs or drink beer at barbecues, then you shouldn't let them eat certain foods at those same barbecues. Don't let them eat chips and junk and cookies just because it's there at the barbecue. Bring your own stuff if you have to. I bring my own food everywhere. We still eat delicious, yummy foods. I just choose to not ruin my children's health and bodies by promoting what society says is correct or okay. It's not, and I've learned that firsthand. So I am hoping to cheer you guys on in making decisions that will impact your family in a positive way. Do not go along with what the world is doing. Do what's best for your family. And I am proof that you can do it. You can do it. If I can do it, anyone can do it. I am so overwhelmed most of the day and busy. I have 10 kids here every single day. I have 3 girls of my own to get here, there, everywhere. And I pack a bag of food. I will pack almonds today, cuties, apples, carrots, hummus, because we have 2 practices to go to today. And I know that I will be gone from 5 o'clock till 8 something. So I've already made dinner in the crock pot, so that'll be ready when we get back. We'll probably eat late, but I know it's possible, and it takes time and effort. But aren't your kids worth that? Aren't you worth that? Aren't you worth the time and effort to feel 100%? And it's just as simple as making some swaps in your diet for your family. And I can help you with that if you ever have any questions. Just email me at houseofgirls, HAUSOFGIRLS, at gmail.com. Email me anytime with questions. Comment below. My sisters are so knowledgeable about all this stuff too. Probably more knowledgeable than me, given what some of them have gone through. Contact them at any time too for help. But really, if I can summarize it, it just really comes down to making that decision that no more will you be bringing certain foods in your home, taking certain things out of your life and replacing them with real things. So, whole real foods that come from the earth, that come from, real nuts, real fruits, replacing those things for a better, happy, healthy home. So to answer the question, how do my kids eat healthy, or why do they eat healthy? It's because I've taught them. I've given them the empowering choices in life that it's up to them to go out in the world and make the choices that best suit their body. And it's so cool to see them growing up, making the correct choices. And it's really neat to see them when, we do have a splurge weekend, or, Easter was recently this past weekend, and they overindulge in candy, and that's fine every once in a while. It's not a part of our everyday life, and it shouldn't be. But, they did have extra Easter candy and overdo it, and it was so funny to talk to them yesterday, the day after Easter, and hear them talk about, I was listening to them talk with each other about how they felt, and it's it's just amazing to me at what these little children's minds are able to grasp now. Like, you know, food does affect us in many ways, and it's cool that they're getting that knowledge and that nutritional information that so many kids really don't get. So I'm proud of them, and I'm proud of all of you for listening to this, and I'm hoping that this can help encourage you and motivate you to make some healthy choices and changes in your home. And contact me anytime if you have any questions. And this is really what I love to do. I love to help other moms, you know, take the focus of their family's health and make that a priority. I love helping people do that, because it's just amazing how happy, healthy children can thrive in life when they're not being held back with issues based on what they're eating. So let me know if I can help in any way. I hope that this video encourages you and motivates you to get out there and live your best life and your healthiest life for you and your kids and your family. Until next time, we will talk to you later. Have a great day.